Hello, welcome again to my YouTube channel Codes Nest. Hope you are enjoying my videos. If you have still not subscribed to my channel, I request you to subscribe to it. As you are aware, we have covered these 7 videos. Number Introduction to Scratch, Hello World, Space Talk, Independence Day, Catch the Bus, Find the Bug and Grow a Dragonfly. So today we are going to cover a very important game, boat race. So we have already covered so many concepts. For example, sensing commands, movement commands, forever commands, loop commands like if then we have covered operators, logical operators also. So today we are going to learn how to use multiple loops in a same program, multiple sensing commands, use how to use variable, how to create different levels of a game. So let's start today's program. Log into your MIT Scratch portal and now start with naming this as boat game. And as we are going to use boat as sprite, so we'll delete this sprite and draw a sprite and we'll choose paint. So in this paint sprite, so we'll be drawing our boat. So for that we'll be using a line tool. To choose the line tool, we'll be using color, say black. Choosing color black. Color is 0. Color saturation 100 and brightness 0. So we have chosen it, and now we'll using line backdrop. And after we have chosen it, so we'll be drawing it. So now we have drawn the line, so we'll adjust it. Or we will choose this reshaping tool. So in reshaping tool, we'll draw the boat. So it is now looking somewhat like boat. Okay, so we'll again select it and push it like this. Okay, so it is more closer to boat. So we'll again choose the line tool and we'll create this compartments here. Select it. Select one more. Okay, so we'll select like this. Okay, we'll select like this. Okay, so we will now fill some colors here. So to fill the colors, we'll convert it to bitmap and we'll choose fill. So we'll choose the color which we want to fill. Choose color number 6. Okay, so we'll be choosing this 6 color. So now we want to fill some other color, say this one, or say want to choose this color. So we'll be doing this color, or we can say we want other color, we can choose that also. Say this color we are choosing, and now we want to choose say white color. So for white we'll be choosing this color 100, saturation 0. So we'll be filling it as white. So almost this is complete, and we will go to this. Now we'll create one more, duplicate it, and this will be our, when it is hit by some obstacles, we'll choose this one. So for first we'll select it, select tool and Control X. We're going to use this costume when this boat is hit. So we'll display this when it is hit, means it is damaged. So we'll choose this costume to display that thing. So when our boat is damaged. So it will be, so boat is damaged. So we'll be showing like this. Okay, so it is, boat is damaged. So this is first our sprite. There are two parts of sprite, so it is done. Okay, so now we'll go to draw our backdrop. Similarly, we will paint the backdrop. In the paint the backdrop, we will choose a rectangle as a tool and choose the color red, and in red color will, and rectangle we have chosen. So we will be similarly, now we will be choosing this one. So this is done. Okay, so now we are going to create some obstacles. So how we will be creating some obstacles? Can anybody tell? So we will be, what we will be using? Yes, so we will be creating a paths where boat will travel. So what other path will be? So okay, right. So we'll be creating some paths for the boat. Okay, so now we are, as we are creating the paths, so meanwhile what we are creating is, so we have created, now what we are going to do, we are going to create some obstacles. How we will be creating obstacles? We'll create like this. So it is difficult for boat to move. Okay, similarly, let's create one more obstacle here. Okay, this is done. This now see this will go back to sprite. Our sprite is, so direction will set is 0. And further size we will set it as 20%. So and drag it to here. Further, now we have to create the color of water. So we'll choose the backdrop and go to convert to bitmap option and fill the watercolor. Let's choose watercolor and fill it here by choose the fill button and choose the here fill button. Now when our boat reaches a destination, we have to create a destination also. For that purpose, so let's convert it back to vector and choose the paint button and choose a yellow color. So yellow color number 15, saturation 100 and brightness 100. So with this will be our destination where we want our boat to reach after crossing all the obstacles. Okay, so further we want a spinning rod here which will be always spinning. So for that purpose we'll create a new sprite. We will paint a sprite So in this sprite we will choose a rectangle and color as black. Color 100, saturation 100, brightness 0. So we'll be matching it. If it is matched, then we will drag it over here. Okay. So we want to place it like that. Okay. So we can little increase the size. Okay. Increase little more size. Okay. And we'll drag it to little bit here, or we'll drag little down. Okay. So now this is done. One part of our this drawing sprites, drawing this backdrop is complete. So next part, what we are going to do is we are going to write code. So for the code, we are going to select first of all this sprite 1, which is our boat. We can name it as a boat. Further, we will go to its costumes. There are two costumes, costume 1 and hit. So costume 1 we will name it as a normal. Okay, and now costume 2 is named as hit. Okay, so we'll now write the codes. So we have selected this costume number 1 normal, and we'll go to code. In code, now what is our first command? Generally we write in every program. So what is that command? That command is when the green flag is clicked. So where is that command? That command is in the event block. So we'll click the event block, and when the green flag is clicked. So after that, next what is the command? So what we will do? What we will do a forever loop. So this forever loop, what forever loop does? That it repeats the command again and again. So what repetition we want? We want that this boat should follow our mouse pointer. So for that purpose, and it should move and follow it. So for that purpose, we'll select this motion command and drag this move 10 steps and change it to 1 step. Okay. So after this, what we are going to do? We are going to say that it should go to point towards mouse pointer. Here our mouse pointer is there, it should follow. See, now see on the screen, this boat is following our mouse pointer. What is the issue here? Is scattering when the mouse touches the boat. To solve this problem, we learnt in last hour program. What was that program? Grow a Dragonfly. How to remove this error? By adding a if then control command. So we'll add that if then loop here, and we will write if it is not touching. So if it is not command, we will use logical operator, and then we'll use sensing command. Please remember what sensing command is for: sensing the touching of colors. So we have drag this touching mouse pointer. So what it will do? When the green flag is clicked, it will forever. If it is not touching the mouse pointer, only then it will move 1 step. Now let's see how it works. So see, now that error is not coming. It's smoothly following this mouse pointer. On the screen you are able to see it, right? So next what we are going to do? We are going to write code. What code? That this rod should always spin. So for that purpose, we will again, this should be in a forever loop. So what will we do? That this select this sprite number 2, which is spinning rod, and write a code of control loop, and this control loop will be forever. When this again, when the green flag is clicked, forever, what should it do? Forever, it should rotate it. And how rotation command is executed? Yes, rotation command is executed by turning it forever. So we'll choose a degree of 1 degree only, that it will always keep on turning 1 degree. See, when we select it, so this is moving. So now what error we are getting, can anybody tell? So this rod is touching our this red wall. So how that will be corrected? So for that we will first stop this and go to the costumes. In the costume we will check if it is, for costume we will select it and see if it is, yes, now we have to see this cross should match with the center of this canvas. So if it is matching, then we have to again run this program and drag it to center it. Okay, so now let's see. Yes, now it is center. So it's not working that way. So it is aligned. So now what will be our next step? So our next step is that we want our boat, but whenever our boat touches these walls, red walls, it should be hit, or whenever it touches this spinning rod, it should be hit. Okay, so for that what we'll be using, we'll go to the boat costumes and again use a multiple loop commands. Again we will use if command, if then command. So we'll be writing here and we will add operator, either this or that, anything if it happens. First thing we will be add that when this boat touches the red color. For that again we will go to the sensing commands, that this is when this sprite is touching the color. Which color? So this, okay, so we will be, now it is okay. So color we will select as red. So what is the red color we have chosen? Saturation 100, brightness 100. If you see, whenever you forget anything or do not remember, you can rewind my video and see that again. So we have chosen color as 0, saturation 100 and brightness 100. So now what we are writing, that if it is touching the red color, this bright, or what if it is touching the spinning rod. So here we will choose again a new command, that it is touching, we will drag mouse pointer and change it to sprite 2. Sprite 2 is our spinning rod. So when it touches, what should happen? Our costume of this boat should be shown as a hit. So how can we show that? Well, that will be in looks command. So in looks command we'll say that switch costume to hit, and after that, before say no, he should say no, what has happened. So it say no. And after that, after saying no, what should it say? It should wait for 1 second and then costume should go again to normal. Now one thing we have to see, that whenever this is clicked, see, so say no, now it is working. So we'll stop it and drag it, disconnect it, and this is working, and we'll go to again costumes of this boat and normal costumes, and we see we want to start from here, for example, say, okay. So if we want to start, we have to note down this XY position. So whenever this program, so we will write this position here. So whenever this green flag is clicked, so it should go to position this one. So go to X 194 and 38. So we'll join it again. And further, So this is our option. So this will go to this place, and when this goes to normal, what we want, that again it should go to position XY, this same position. Whenever it is hit by spinning ball, game should start again. So again we'll add this go to XY coordinates here. Okay, so let's see, run this code, what happens. So it is following. So suppose it touches this command, what happens? Oh, C says no, and again this game starts from where. Okay, so now what we want, that it should say no for only 2 seconds. So for that purpose it should not always say no. Okay, so we'll drag this and we'll say no for 2 seconds. Say no for 2 seconds. Okay, so now we'll add it. See what happens. So suppose it drags. It says no for 2 seconds, and then again it starts following it. Okay, so this part has started functioning. Now what else we want? We want that when this boat reaches a destination, okay, so how we'll judge that it has reached destination? That it touches the color yellow. So what should happen? We have won the game. For that purpose again we will add a forever loop. So this forever loop we will again add. Forever, instead of forever is already there, we can add if loop, right? Yes. So if loop, we can add multiple if loop. So if it touches, we'll go to sensing command, that it touches color. Which color? It touches color yellow. So before selecting the yellow color, we can check which color we chose at the time of backdrop. So we'll go to the backdrop and see, select this. See, this color is 1500, color is 15, saturation is 100, and brightness 100. So same color we should choose here also in the code, that when boat is touching color yellow, and yellow color is 100, 15, 100, 100. So color is 15. So we'll select 15. Okay, color is selected 1500. Then what should happen? It should congratulate us. So how will it congratulate? So it will say congratulations. You won. Okay, so it will say congratulations, you won. Okay, for 2 seconds. And then what should it do? After this, we want that if we have won and we have reached there, then our all script should stop. So for that purpose, say we'll say it for 4 seconds. Okay, so our script, how we'll want to script to stop. So there we will, from control loop, we'll select that stop all. Stop all we will add within the if loop. Okay, so this will stop all the commands when this board game finishes. So let's try. Let's run this board game. What happens? So it is following my mouse cursor, because command is that it has to follow the mouse cursor. So I am trying to avoid collision with walls. So that's why my speed is little slow. So now I have to play a trick, that I will follow this to save myself from being hit. Yes, so it says congratulations, you won. So that means this part of my game is complete and script has stopped. This rod has stopped spinning. So what else can I do? Now I have to upgrade this project. So for upgrading, I will add some boosters, speed boosters. How can I do that? I will go to the backdrop, and in the backdrop I will select again backdrop, and here I will choose a paint brush, and with paint brush I will choose color white, choose the color 100, saturation 0 and brightness 100. With this I will add some speed boosters here. Means whenever our boat sprite touches them, its speed of boat sprite will increase. So it will be both helpful as well as it may create some, if we do not follow it properly, it may create some issues. Okay, so now this is complete. Now we have started, we have placed some boosters. For these boosters we have to write a code. What code we'll write? So again we'll select a boat and we'll write again a as we have before start of this session we have told that we'll be using multiple loops here. So we'll again add one more control loop, if then loop. In this loop I will add it as, so we have to remove this if from here. First add this if block here. So we want that if it touches, again go to sensing, that it touches color white. So white color is the color 100, saturation 0 and brightness 100. So when it touches the color white, what should happen? We want that it should, speed should be increased. So we'll move forever, it is already in forever loop. So we'll just write move 3 steps, that it serves our purpose. And I will add the other blocks here. So we've added one more upgradation to it. Okay, so this, now we are going to add one more sprite. Let's paint the sprite and name the sprite as some obstacle. Okay, so we'll paint this sprite and we'll use first use a convert to bitmap, or we can use the vector also. So we use brush and choose a color, say we choose color 50, 0 0 50. So we will add here this obstacle. Okay, so this obstacle we have added. So now what will we do? We'll add a code for this. So first we'll select it and make it to the center, match the center here, and now we'll write code. In the code what will we write? That this obstacle will glide across the screen. How that we can do that? That when green flag is clicked, how it will glide? So it will go to the motion command and glide. So it will, so we will first of all we'll drag it from this position. Okay, so say this is a normal position. So we'll now say glide. So this is at normal position. So minus 2, this is its normal position. So where we want, we should first of all we'll say go to. Okay, whenever green flag is, it will go to here and then glide to where we want that it should glide here. Okay, so glide, so we write glide to this position. Okay, so we want that they should remain always in a loop, so we will put in a forever loop here. So let's see if it works. So this is working, right? So we have to be very careful. So it takes 1 second, so we can create 2 seconds here. So we'll be like, okay, so we have added one more obstacle here. So this is working. So next what we want to do, this obstacle is there, we will be able to do cross these obstacles. So now what part our remains, this code. Now we want that whenever our boat strikes this obstacle or rod or walls, it should get hit. So we already added here one OR command. So we will add multiple OR command here. How we will do that? We'll go to the operator and drag this OR command again here, and this OR already this will place in first block. Now we have multiple OR command, this condition number 1 or condition number 2 or condition number 3. And what is our condition number 3? That it hits or touches this sprite. So what we will do, go to the sensing and we'll drag the touch mouse pointer and we'll change to sprite number. What is the sprite of number of name of obstacle? Is sprite 1. So we'll have a pull down here and select sprite 1. Okay, so that means our code is now complete for this function. Here we can do that whenever our code works, so it should be in the beginning, it should always go to the normal costume. So we'll add here that looks, whenever the sprite green flag is clicked, costume should be always be normal one. Okay, so that will add our this ease of working. So now we will run it in full screen. Let's run this project in full screen. So let's cross this hurdle. We have moved on to next hurdle. So I was a lucky escape. Let's now move on further. So we have to position ourselves so that we are able to cross it, and we have to position ourselves in a particular way. We'll put it here like here, and as soon as there is opportune moment, we will move fast. So we will wait for the opportune moment and then we will run. See, it's not opportune moment, maybe it was but may not be. Now let's run. Let's run, cross. Yes, I have done it. Yes, congratulations, I have won it. That's good thing. Now the script has stopped. That is wonderful. I enjoyed really this game. Hope you enjoyed this video. In this project you can do some upgrades also. For example, you can add more spinning rods, you can add more obstacles, you can reduce the time that obstacle takes to glide from left position to right position. You can add more backdrops when the difficulty level increases from one to next, and so you can create different level games based on that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. See you again.